Hello, Libra person. Welcome to your Life Purpose Oracle reading. It's a little something new that I'm trying out. You guys definitely let me know what you think about it, but we're using Doreen Virtue's Life Purpose Oracle deck. So my intention is to give you guys some insight into what directions you all can go in to assist you in manifesting your life purpose and or soul mission. And of course, this applies to you if you're a Libra sun sign. It also applies if you have Libra in your 10th house, midheaven, or your north node. Well, 10th house and midheaven are the same thing, but you feel me. But Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Libras, please, Spirit. Then we're also going to get some additional guidance from the Work Your Life Oracle deck. So please give us clear and direct guidance, please, Spirit, for my Libras. All right. First card that we have is Protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. Next, we have Author. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make time to write it. Next, we have Yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. Then we have Sensitivity. We got a little empath in the building. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Next, we have Teaching. You inspire young people to learn. I just got a new client. And next we have Artist. It says, engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career in every other area of your life. So off the bat, the first thing that I hear is, and this is weird. I don't know what this inner ear thing is that I'm feeling right now. It's odd. Like art therapy. So I'm hearing something like art therapy or healing through art. Why is this making me think of Heather? Is Heather a Libra? I can't remember. I think Heather is a Libra. If so, I'm picking up on your energy, Heather. Because I'm thinking of another reader, one of my subbies too, and I got a message like this similar for her a few months ago. But the thing that I'm seeing is like it's healing through art and like an art therapy. So more or less like teaching people how to heal themselves through creative expression, whether that's painting or sculpting or anything of the sort. But I'm seeing all of these facets as a form of expression. So it's whether, of course, it's like the teaching and the authorship. I see these two things in accordance with each other. And it doesn't necessarily have to be young people. If you feel called to children, then by all means. But it's not necessarily, it could just be people younger than you. But it doesn't have to necessarily be kids. But, and I do feel like for a small number of you, this is like literally teaching, like I'm seeing it as younger kids that are like crystal children or like indigo children. And they're having trouble like connecting with people, or like their parents really don't understand them, or they kind of feel isolated from classmates or just kids their age. And more or less you teaching them through art, how to understand their gifts, how to properly channel their gifts. And it's more or less like creating a collective for them so they can be around like-minded kids. So it's like it kind of builds up their confidence. And because, you know, it's a group of people who are dealing with what it is that they're dealing with, and they're able to kind of overcome their challenges in life outside because they know there's a safe space for them to connect with kids that are like them. That's one thing. For another group of you, it's dealing with kids or, you know, teens or adults that have been through like some sort of emotional trauma, and using art or teaching them how to use art as a way to communicate or to heal their pain. So it's more or less like a what is the word I'm looking for? Because it's like I'm gonna embarrass myself and tell you guys how I'm seeing it in my head. It's almost like I'm this is so weird. I'm seeing it as a person like standing in front of a blank canvas, right? And it's like they're opening their mouth, and it's like all of the negative energy that's in them, like it's coming out of their mouth, like the canvas is sucking it out of them and the canvas is absorbing it. So it's like whatever they're experiencing on the inside is now created in this piece, right? So it's there. And that's like an energetic thing that I'm seeing. So it's not necessarily saying you're going to be like vomiting on a canvas, but it's the fact that expressing the emotions that are going on inside into a work of art is a form of like healing. So it's bringing that energy out of you, right? And then also I'm seeing this, and I picked this up for someone else too, like a somatic form of therapy. So it's like understanding, like doing energy work is either it's another group of people or this is a component of it. But it's like using the different disciplines that you learn in yoga, because whenever you get certified in yoga, you learn about how to, like, well, the ancient purpose of yoga is to put the body into submission so that the spirit can come forth for meditation, right? But there's a lot of different disciplines that you learn when you're getting certified in yoga, in the sense that, you know, you learn about the meridians, you learn about the chakra system, you learn about like the different energetic connections in the like auric body and the connection that it has to the physical body. So how to kind of release. So it could be something along the lines of, and this would be very unique if it was like, say like if it was like a retreat or like a class or something like that, where people would come and you would do yoga, right? Like different yoga movements. You would do like energy healing. And then after that, there would be like an art component. So it's like after, you know, you do your whole little savasana and all that good stuff, it's like you get up and then you would paint like whatever it is that came forth. You know what I mean? And that would be like a healing modality. So I see that that can work for if you're working with kids, or, you know, teens, adults, what have you. But I think that's like a separate component for one person. The other one is for people who are specifically working with kids and showing them how to channel and transform their gifts. Like, you know, like I said, indigo, crystal children, empathic children, and creating like a safe space for them to be able to connect with each other. And others of you, it's a small number of you where it's literally like being a kindergarten or elementary school teacher, right? And some of you, it may be the ones that I'm picking up on where it's like teaching little kids. I think you may already be a teacher. So you may already be like an elementary school teacher, and spirit is like guiding you into this, or you sense this or feel this already, and you're trying to figure out how it is that you would do this. So it's more or less spirit using your skills working with kids, and you're about to go through a transition to where you're going to be manifesting this, right? And potentially writing a book about this to help parents that have empathic, crystal, and indigo kiddos, right? And so the same for those of you who may already be like yoga teachers too. So I don't know if you have like a class where you teach kids, but there is a certification in yoga for kids, in case you didn't know. But yeah, so I feel like for those of you who are already in yoga and teaching, it's like you're going to be expanding into these things, because I think writing and art may be like a side kind of thing that you do, like something you enjoy on the side, or it could be vice versa. You know what I mean? Where you write and you're an artist and transitioning into yoga or to teaching. But the key is here, what is the most important, in my opinion, is the fact that you're protected and you're being led to play this, to play out this role now. So it's kind of going to the next step. So whether it's authorship, it's teaching, it's yoga, it's art, and whichever one of those you fit into, the little, I'm going to use my favorite word, the niggle that you feel to explore those things is something you most certainly want to step into now, because it's more or less like the gateways are opening for you to step into that realm. And then I feel that for some of you, it's a little, there's crystals that are involved in this too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe teaching kids about crystals or something of the sort. But yeah, that's important. But, or crystals play a valuable role in your life, you know, or your practice, so to speak. But, yeah, so I feel a lot there. It's like somatic therapy, art therapy, creating like a little happy hub place for empathic kids, and, teaching people about what it is that you've mastered ultimately. But it was something else I wanted to say. I'm going to get some additional guidance for you guys from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. It was something else I wanted to say, dagnabbit. I can't remember what it is. Okay, Spirit, please give me 2 additional cards. For my Libras, you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry that I just like outed you, Heather. I love you. Oh man. Whoa, there's one. But either way it goes, guys, check out her artwork, because she makes healing pieces of artwork. So it's like when she paints them, she sets an intention. Spirit gives her these intentions for healing in her art pieces, and gives her like a vision of like what to paint, and like looking at her artwork, whatever it is that you're dealing with, it's like a central piece for you to utilize like in your meditation and whatnot. And I'm going to put her info in the description box of this video. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful, beautiful pieces. Whoa! There goes the other one. So first card you guys have, ooh, Warrior Woman. Dun, dun, dun. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? If you weren't afraid, what would you do? What are you afraid of, Libra person? Libra lady? Birthing a new age. Ooh. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Okay. If this is not accurate, I don't know what is. Legit, like every single thing that I've described here, it's very, very innovative. I kid you not. It's something very different. It's something that that not everybody is doing. So you guys are really being called to, and I even see like with birthing a new age, it's like if you're called to work with children, it's like you're literally tasked with equipping the next generation to be like spiritually empowered, you know, because a lot of us older people, you know, we had to struggle with our gifts, you know what I mean? And didn't really have anyone to speak to us about why it is that, you know, we felt what we felt. And some of us got diagnosed and put on Ritalin and stuff as kids and stuff because feel like, oh, you know, you're ADD. I mean, I legit am ADD, but hey, it's life. But it's like just different things of people not understanding like how we were set up. And I think of how beautiful it would be for a kid to be able to have a safe space with other children that are spiritually gifted like they are, and being taught from an early age that it's not something to be ashamed of, and they can more or less come into the maturation of their spiritual evolution early on. Like that is a beautiful thing to be tasked with. And I tell people this all the time, man. I've been feeling this in my spirit for the longest, and I keep telling people because it's not for me, it's for somebody. Like legit, it's an open market for creating oracle decks for children. And that is something like there's a couple of people out there who have done that. But I mean, if you think about like, I mean, even like these cards, like how dope these are. It's like, imagine doing something like this for kids or for teenage girls or something of the sort. And that's an open market. Like, that's something that's not really tapped into. And I mean, especially now, there's a lot of parents that are into, spirituality, that would love to, like, because I mean, I think about this. Of course, this is made like for adults and stuff. But if you think about something like this and it looks all girly and galactic and stuff like that, and getting that for your daughter who's like interested in stuff like that would be gangster. So y'all go do that. But need somebody to do that, dagnabbit. But yeah, man. So that's an open market, but I do see this as something very new and innovative, and it's like starting a whole new niche market out there. Because I mean, this is very innovative, but that's something I can say about all of these readings that I've done. That's why I say my subbies are super dope people, because all of you guys are being called to do amazing things. But this is an important question for you guys to meditate on, is think about that. If you weren't afraid, what would you really be doing? If you had the money, what would you really be doing? If you had the time, what would you really be doing? I want you guys to sit and meditate on that for a while and think about it. But anywho, that has been your reading, Libra person. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if it resonated and what's not, or whatever. I love your faces, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.